Hey guys, this video today is about how to pull comps for free. How to pull comps. So comps is short for comparable sales. Comparable sales in your area. Many of you are investing in wholesaling houses and wholesaling land and that type of thing. And the one thing you want to focus on is the newest, freshest information. Okay. When you go to, make sure you're in desktop view if you're using your mobile phone. You're in desktop view. You go ahead, go to realtor.com, and you can click on the solds, the little button to the right. Once you type it, put in your address, click on the solds. It'll show you properties within that area that have sold recently. That's what you want. You want to focus on distance. You want to focus on the closest property. The closest properties in that area are typically the best comparables. You want to focus on, obviously, neighborhood. You want to focus on, if your property is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, focus on 3-bedroom, 2 baths. Your property, 1,500 square feet, focus on properties anywhere between 1,300 to 1,700 square feet. You know what I mean? Comparables, comparable sales in your area. You want to focus on that, okay? The reason I say realtor.com, I've been to several different sites. And what I'm looking for is recent information and how quickly that site updates without any issues. Gone on Zillow. I've gone on Trulia.com. I've gone on Find Comps Now. I've gone on several different sites. And by far, the best site to pull comparable sales for free is realtor.com. Let me tell you why. Realtor.com is the site that all the sites, all the MLS systems, pretty much throughout the United States, that's one of the first sites that they all import to, is realtor.com. The information is fairly new. It's fairly fresh. Okay. Let me give you an example. I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia. And the average price of houses in my neighborhood are in the ballpark range of $140,000 to $160,000. Okay. Just recently, about 3 weeks ago, we had a house here in this area that sold for the mid-twos. Somewhere in the ballpark of $250,000. What do you think that does to the other house? What do you think that does to the house that I'm in, the house next door, the house next door? What do you think that does to our values around here? You're right. It kicks them up quite a bit. That's based upon square foot. That's almost $100,000 bump in value. It's December. That property sold about 3 weeks ago, something like that. Guys, it is winter, basically. And that property just sold for roughly about $100,000 more than the average price in this area. So I go ahead and I take that same property and I import it into the other sites, Zillow, Trulia, all these different sites. It doesn't come up yet as being sold. That's what I mean. Many of you are using sites that don't have newest, freshest information. And some of you could be hurting your business in that way. The reason I say use this site for free is, you go ahead and get a couple deals up under your belt. Then you can go ahead and go for some paid for services. But realtor.com, for myself, the information is phenomenal. As many of you know, I focus on land. And all you have to do on realtor.com is just search from lowest to highest. Typically lowest in terms of searches is the land lots. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Gives me an indication of value. I can open another window and do a map or a radius search to see how close it is, what type of subdivision it's in. But I don't stop there, guys. I also check actives and I check pendings. Why do I do this? I want to see what my competition is doing. I want to see how many days on the market that property has took to go ahead and sell. I want to see what extra did they do with either the lot, or let's say, for instance, if I'm doing a house, let's say I want to see if they did something special with the kitchen or the bedroom, or is it this color, or what did they do to the yard, the landscaping, that type of thing. If I was doing houses, you kind of get where I'm going. I also check actives and pendings just to gauge competition. But value, you're looking for hard value, check the solds. Check sold comparables in that area. Typically, it takes Realtor.com a couple of days to update. Those other sites, sometimes it'll take 3 weeks. Sometimes it'll take a month. And then what they're doing is, and you got to be careful of this as well, you want to make sure that, once again, let me reiterate, you're pulling comparable sales within close proximity of the property you're trying to value. You also want to make sure that you're not comparing your 1,500 square foot house to that 3,000 square foot house that just sold. Mess up the values. You know what I mean? So you want to compare apples with apples. This is Gerald with another tip. Have a good one, guys.